Well, now, this is a video I never thought I would make. I'm sitting here with my JVC camcorder, a Best Buy, as far as I'm concerned, although it was purchased just before they came out with the Quad series. I certainly would have bought one of the Quad models. Actually, there have been several new models since I bought the one I have, and it doesn't get much use. I'm surprised to be making this short video because I'm going to try to send it to an ancient site that I revisited after years, the myspace.com facility. I had forgotten my password and had to fetch that. The email address that I used was still the same, and so now I'm ready to upload to MySpace because really Facebook has let me down. More of a disappointment than a surprise, to be honest about it. Others have suffered far worse. For example, my desktop image on my PC is an interior shot of a still burning apartment in London. The other day, a 24-story building was burnt to a crisp, and I'm told that up to 600 people are now homeless, having lost everything they had. A few items, washer, dryer, clothes, furniture. And I'm told that the owners were greedy enough to ask for trouble. So, you know, I've suffered the equivalent of that many times over. Not by fire, but because of, well, let's just call it greed. Anyway, for the last few months I've been resigned to any number of trends that I can't change. I really hadn't expected Facebook to fail, but it was more of a disappointment than a surprise. I guess I can say it's a surprise in a way to return to MySpace for anything. I looked at the site for the first time in years and discovered that it's more glitzy than I recall. Seems to appeal to, an industry, you might say, and the followers and so on. I'm not sure that I'm too comfortable there, but then, I use Vimeo and maybe MySpace for cloud storage, and no longer really can rely on Facebook. It's a real loss because there are a lot of things I enjoy doing with Facebook, and so far they seem unchallenged, really. They do as they please. It's a private company, and if they want to sabotage my efforts or enable others to, then there's nothing I can do about it. But emotionally, in a way, I don't want to be too melodramatic, but in a way, the image of the burnt out apartment in London, today is, as I record this, it's June 16th, 2017. The fire was just a few days ago in London, and well, in a way, the picture that I have on my computer screen reflects a kind of devastation that, in a way, has to do with a flashover in terms of my use of Facebook. Maybe after a while it'll be refurbished. That happened with YouTube, but there's something monotonous about what happens. Meanwhile, I'm playing one of my favorite uh, uh, uploads to YouTube that I was fortunate enough to be allowed to download. You know, user controls on YouTube are not as good as they used to be, but indeed people can choose to allow people to download what they've sent or not. Same with Vimeo. And Gautier from Australia has posted or uploaded to YouTube one of the best short videos I've ever seen, bar none. I can't even say whether it's fair to say others are as good or so on, but certainly this video by Gautier, G-O-T-Y-E, is one of the best videos I've ever seen, and I feel really fortunate that he allowed me to download this from YouTube, and I have used it as a kind of screensaver, and I recommend visiting his offerings online. But yeah, you know, the what has happened in terms of Facebook has to be kept in perspective, but really the what you're seeing now in this video describes kind of what I feel like yet again having to do with Facebook. I tried to make good use of it, and now I can't. And the same thing happened with YouTube several years ago, and only recently I revisited YouTube to find that they had cleaned up their act a little bit. It still lacks a lot of the function that some people have never even known about, but it's better than nothing, and I can use YouTube, and I may be able to use MySpace. It's a bit quirky, but might come in handy. And then there's, of course, YouTube. I might upload this to YouTube also. I don't know what I can do with MySpace. That remains to be found out. It may be that I should really look into a web space of my own, or maybe they can undo the damage to the Facebook reputation. I don't think they give a damn, frankly. In terms of what happened to me, anyway, rather obvious what happened, and so theoretically there's competition, but you know, I think Facebook is more dominant than Microsoft ever was with their Windows software. There is legitimate competition with Windows Microsoft. There's virtually no competition in the market that Facebook serves, as it might. It's a private company, and within certain bounds it can certainly do as it damn well pleases, and that's exactly what they've done. And so I don't have more than the opportunity to experience futility with Facebook, and that's a familiar feeling, and I'm not particularly interested in a stupid confrontation. So if this is ever seen by anybody but me, that would be strange, really, because basically the cloud is for storage. As far as I'm concerned, Although my life is an empty book, I don't particularly like what some people have scribbled on its pages. Bye for now.